Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, karibu sana. My name is Jillian. I talk about food, faith, and finances. You also learn so much more. If you like this kind of content, kindly consider doing the necessary things like comment, share, and subscribe. If you watched my previous video, I said we are going to start having honest conversations and we are going to call them honest conversations with Jillian. So this is like our first episode. I'm going to talk about my journey as a Christian or my faith journey. Basically, I was born in a Christian background. Both of my parents are Christians. We are those people who are born and dedicated in church. When we were born, I actually have a photo. I'm going to put it somewhere around. Definitely there was Sunday school, and at the time I think I went to church because my parents were going to church, and I don't think I had any other option because anyways the whole family is going to church. Why won't you go to church? Like, you can't even explain that. I wasn't like intentional about anything like living a pure life or pursuing God or something. Fast forward to when I was between the age 10 to around 16 there. We left the church that we initially went to, then we joined another church. That church was pretty strict. It had like really strict rules and all that, but it was a really nice church and it really nurtured my spirituality and it modeled me in the right direction. To some point I felt like this is too much. This is too much, especially when you are a teenager. Oh gosh. Okay, this is just too much. I remember my brother was a keyboardist. I was in the worship team. My mother was a translator in church. My father was one of the security guys. So we were just that family who are, as in, servants of God. Then life happened. We happened to leave that church, but I still adore their teachings and all that. I still live by them, not all of them. The reason as to why we left that church was due to personal family reasons. We are not going to talk about that. So yeah. Then in high school I was in a Catholic school. So when we stopped going to church, all of my, like the whole of our family stopped going to church when I was around 16 there. We stopped going to church. Then I started going to Catholic because I was in a Catholic school. Before, I used to go to Christian Union. See you. Then I stopped. I started going to Catholic. So I felt like we had already like been through so much, such that I just wanted to like get out of that situation or something. So I shifted from CU because we were not going to church. Remember, we were not going to church at home. So and in high school, most of the time you're in school because I was in a boarding school. So I used to go to Catholic. So I went to, how did you used to call them? I think we used to call them YCS. So I went to YCS a couple of times. Then on Sunday, we were obviously going for Mass. On Saturday, we were going for Mass, but in turns. So like maybe if this Sunday Form 1 and Form 3 are going for Saturday morning mass, the next Saturday Form 2s and Form 4s will go to the morning mass, to the Saturday morning mass. So it was like that. Then weekdays, we used to attend mass, but in groups, like Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, Form 4. All of us had we all had like our days for going for mass. Yeah, I did that for about 1 year. I did go to CU for about 1 year. So when I was 17, I started coming back to see you. And I remember there's a certain teacher. This is something that is so bad to say, but I'm just going to say it. There's a teacher who told me, that teacher was a SU teacher, who told me that I'm going to experience problems for the rest of my life because I've chosen to leave God. I was like, oh my God. And that thing has stuck with me like till today. I also told my mother like a few days ago, and she was like, wow, that's not so nice to say. I wasn't praying. I wasn't like reading my Bible. I didn't I didn't have like a one-on-one relationship with Christ and all that. So I was just like going just for the sake of going. So I went to Seventh Adventist, I went to Catholic, I went to CU. Like just the way I was. Fast forward to leaving high school, I was like basically a Catholic. Entering campus, I started the first friend I had in campus was a Catholic. She was like the first person we like clicked, and we were in the same hostel, even though she was doing a different course, but we sort of became friends. So she was a Catholic. So I started again going to Catholic. So I was just going to church for the sake of going to church. When I was in my second year of campus, I stopped going to church. I don't know, I just felt so lost. Then I joined a certain network marketing business, which was the beginning of my disaster, and also the beginning of my road to self, what will I say, self-realization or something. That business required me to be in the office on weekdays, on weekends, so I didn't even have time to go to church and all. It was just school and work, and that business has a lot of story in it. I can just talk about it maybe in the next video, because there's just so much that I learned, and I went through so much there. I don't know, I totally forgot about God, as in Mimi. I was just lost, as in lost to the world. At this point, I even started practicing New Age. They basically believe in doing things on your own, manifesting to the universe and all that, like depending on yourself and depending on the universe and karma. I started practicing New Age, depending on myself, depending on the universe. I totally forgot about Christ. And when somewhere between the end of 2018, around 2018 December there, and no, not December, around 2018 October and 2019, somewhere between January there, I went into depression. I was going through so much in my personal life at the time, so I went through depression, and I was going through so much. Then around that time, in 2019 January, I was supposed to start my community-based attachment. So I started my community-based attachment. I wanted to do it in a different school, but when I went to look for a chance there were no chances, so I had to look for somewhere else. And close to my school, close to my university, there's a certain school slash church that I had never been to, or something. In the middle of me searching for a place to do my community-based attachment, I thought of maybe I should try here, and I went. First, they didn't have chances, but I happened to answer a question that earned me a chance, so that's how I earned my chance there. The people there were so nice, the pastors were so nice. I even got to interact with the pastors, imagine, and I was doing CBA. One of my friends that we are in the same school, and we were doing CBA around the same time, actually the same time. So he invited me to church, and I went to church. So I just went for the sake of, he has invited me, why not, let me just go. So see, I went. Then he invited me for the Friday service. I went for the Friday service, and just like that, I started developing some interest. We talked to the pastors. I even found I call him my youth pastor, but he's the leader of the department that I am serving in church. So he even invited me to come and serve with them. And that time, the way I was messed up, as in, but they really held me, and a lot of people there who knew whatever I was going through helped me through that difficult time in my life. So yeah, that is how I ended up even developing interest in Christ. It took time. I'm not going to lie. It took time for me to like remend my relationship with Christ. Yes, I was in church. I was serving God in church. I loved going to church, but I hadn't, let me just use this word, I was still a lukewarm Christian, because I remember the people, my close associates, weren't in the path of finding Christ. Yeah, that's the word. They weren't in the path of finding Christ. Towards the end of 2019, I went through I've gone through so much in my life that I don't know, just everything changes my perspective in things. So towards the end of 2019, I went through something that was like Aki Mimi. I mean, it's just me and Christ and no one else. Just me, Christ, me, Christ. I was like, I'm no longer going to be a lukewarm Christian. I'm going to be a Christian, serving God and praying in the Spirit and doing all those good stuff. One of my main goals for 2020 for this year now was to become a very, very intentional Christian. And I've seen God manifesting himself so much through that. Like I've come to believe that when you become faithful to God, he's actually going to become faithful to you as well. And everything, like all things work out for the good of those who love God. Like whatever you lose, whatever you gain, like whatever you go through, whatever difficult situation or just whatever it is that you're going through, it is working for the good, for your good, because you love Christ, and it's there to teach you something. My story, I hope you like it. If you did, I don't know what it's supposed to do. I don't know if you're supposed to like, I'm not sure what this video is going to do to you, but hopefully it will give you insights and sort of help you figure yourself out towards your work with class and all that. If you found this video helpful, kindly do the good stuff, like, comment, share and subscribe. I don't have an official social media page, so we get in touch through my website. I'm going to link it on the description bar and somewhere on the screen. I'm also going to put my WhatsApp number on the description bar and somewhere here. Feel free to talk to me and give me suggestions and all that. And if you need someone to talk to me, and let's strengthen each other in this journey of Christ. So yeah, that is it for this video. See you on my next one. Remember, all things work out for our good. Be happy. Peace, love and light, guys.